Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy. Welcome to Battle Wounds podcast, and I'm your host, Amos St. John. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Truly, truly appreciate. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you follow. Make sure you share this with someone in your community. This is the place to be. I truly appreciate you tuning in. Make sure if you haven't subscribed and you're just passing through, come on, just hit that button. And notification button also is important. Again, we're growing this community. I am so thankful for each and every individual who chooses to be a part of this community. Battle Wounds Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Amos St. John. And it's this episode is special. But before we get into that, just want to talk a little bit. I want to go into a little soapbox. I don't know if any of y'all, I'm a techie. And so I love technology. I got all of what I have is Apple ecosystem. I got Apple laptops. I got Apple Watch. I got Apple phones. I got iPad. And they just recently introduced this Apple Vision Pro. It's like spatial AI. It's like virtual reality. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I was kind of smirking when I seen different posts of people walking the street with this big old goggles in their face, and they're doing random things like that, or they're in their car driving, and it's, mind you, the technology is crazy. It's out of this world, and it's an awakening. It's an awareness. It's a announcement that times are changing. Technology is growing, and so I noticed that, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm getting old. I'm one of them people that used to ridicule when I see, I used to see, older people when I was younger, they ridiculed our technology. Now I am ridiculing this technology like, man, this is crazy. You're not going to see me walking the streets with big old goggles, doing random stuff, moving my fingers and stuff like that. I'm just like, wow, like what is going on, But I did hear a lot of great things. It's a pretty amazing technology. One day I'll get it. Right now, that the way my, like Kevin Hart, the way my checking and savings go, I don't know if I could, swing that price tag. It's a pretty hefty type price tag, but I know one day I'll get it. But yeah, the Apple Vision. I mean, it's just letting us know, like, you know what, the world is changing. And we either evolve or dissolve. How about that? Either we evolve or dissolve. Man, a good friend of mine's told me about that statement, and I have not been able to let it go. Either you evolve or you dissolve. Man, let that sink in. Either you evolve or you dissolve. I'm ridiculing this new technology with Apple Vision Pro, and that's just the beginning. It's going to get even wilder, People are just literally going to be walking the streets with goggles on, not even paying you any mind because they're in their world. And it's just the world we live in. So either you evolve or you dissolve. Which leads into my subject for today. I'm calling this walking through fog. Anybody knows walking through fog, even driving through fog is a very difficult thing. It requires a lot of adjustments. Walking through fog is like basically dealing with uncertainties, unclarity. Like you're not. It's very unclear when you walk through fog, and you're going through through moments you can't really see what's ahead. You only can kind of just see, piece by piece, step by step. I'm going to let you in a little bit on my journey. I'm walking through fog. I am currently in a season when I am walking through fog. So maybe this is not for you. Maybe this is for me. I'm just having a soapbox, just talking to myself. I don't know. Maybe this is for someone who is going through a career change or a relationship change or just a life change. I notice I'm in my mid 40s now. I noticed at each decade, whether I was in my 20s or my 30s, specifically my 30s, I noticed when I was going through a change. My friendship circles change, my appetites for things change, not just food, but just things just change. And so I'm kind of in that place where things are changing in my life because I'm getting older and I'm entering to a different season. So I've noticed, that I struggled with ambiguity until maybe 3 years ago when I just had to embrace ambiguity. Like there can be two perspectives that can coexist. I'm a black and white kind of guy. It's got to be either one way or the other way. One plus one equals two. But we're living in a world where there are multiple sides of the coin, especially as we enter into this political season. I'm not getting into that. But imagine we can really get into depth about all this presidential candidate stuff. It's ambiguous, excuse me. And so I'm not daring to, but I had to learn that in life you just got to embrace there's another perspective to consider. So that's where I'm fog. And fog, there's uncertainty, there's unfamiliarity, and we have to live there. You much rather deal with clarity. I need to know what's on the other side of this. But no, you're going to have to walk through fog. Fog is unclear. Fog is unfamiliar. But once you get through it, it leads to beautiful destinations, beautiful roads. But you got to go through it. You got to go through some uncertainty. You got to deal with some ambiguity. You got to deal with some things that just don't make sense. But it's definitely a part of a growth, in you, a growth season. And so I'm telling you, walking through fog is, and I tell this to people. We ask, "How you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm walking through fog, man. I'm walking. I'm taking it step by step, and it's not fun. It isn't. I can be honest. It's not fun. But there's several things I want to leave you with. I think 5. I listed 5 here. I like to take notes, and I like to share some takeaways from walking through fog. Well, how can you walk through fog? You're in a season of transition. You're dealing with uncertainty. That's what I call walking through fog. When you're walking through a transition in life, whether again, a relationship, job, something personal, you're going through a transition and it's uncertain. You're walking through fog. You can't really see what's on the other side of it. How do you address it? How do you address that? How do you walk through fog, Amos? Well, all right, let me share with you. First thing I want you to do is, first of all, take your time. When you're driving through fog, you can't be driving 80 miles an hour. You can't walk through fog. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to take your time. Take time to slow down and reflect. Before I get into the 5 things, I want to say, take your time. Slow down. I know you can get anxious because you want certainty, you want familiarity, but the fog is there's something in there that you need to just really embrace and understand that this is developing something in you. So when you get to that next place, it's going to be beautiful. So here are 5 things. I won't be long. The first thing, you have to believe in yourself. I know sometimes when you get into a season where there's uncertainty, there's unfamiliarity, you start questioning a lot of things about you. Your what you can do, what you can't do, and you know what I'm saying? And it's quite challenging sometimes, but you have to believe in yourself. I believe now more than ever, I believe in myself. I believe in what I can do. I believe that what I'm sharing is going to add value to you. So even walking through fog, I still believe in myself. I said, this is only a season. We wish every part of our lives can be all about, just beautiful, flowers and blooms and it's pretty and it's sunny. No, there are times and seasons where you got to walk through some fog. So it's a season, but you still got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in what you have inside of you. And if you're not sure, maybe this season of fog, you got to figure out what you have inside of you so you can believe in it. Maybe that's why you're going through this fog, to figure out what you're made of. But if in case you do know who you're made of, while you're walking through this season, believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. I'm a person of faith. I believe in God. So you're more than a conqueror. You're more than a survivor. Sometimes, my therapist jumped on me. I keep saying my therapist, but yeah, my therapist jumped on me when I was like, man, I'm surviving, I'm thriving. He said, you know what? You need to blow that up. No more surviving and thriving. It's time for you to conquer. Believe in yourself. It's time for you to conquer. Take it over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so natural of us to say, I'm just getting through this. I'm just going to make it. No, 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 no. Conquer it. Wake up every morning saying, I'm going to conquer this. Believe in yourself. Second thing, keep going. I know sometimes you want to quit while walking through uncertainty or go back to some familiar things, but you're leveling up. You're growing. You have to keep going. As you grow, you got to keep going. Don't stop. Don't quit. You may have to slow down a little bit. Yeah, you got to slow down because it's foggy, it's uncertain, it's unfamiliar. So you can't move too fast, but keep going. That's self-explanatory. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. Third thing, keep the main thing the main thing. It's easy to get distracted, and we live in an age where social media has made us turn into like squirrel. You're so easily distracted. But you have to keep focusing on the main thing. For me, it's what I'm on this earth to do, what I'm purposed to do. Keep focusing on them because distractions will come. They will come. I'm serious, man. I mean, as you scroll up and down this internet, and every 5-10 minutes or even 15 minutes, there's something new popping up that's catching our attention. So it's important that while you're walking through uncertainty, you can easily get so distracted. So you have to keep the main thing the main thing. Keep your focus on the main thing. Whatever that is, keep it as your central point focus. Do not get easily distracted while you're walking through uncertainty. You got to keep the main thing the main thing. The fourth thing, this is tough because while you're dealing with uncertainty, it is natural for you to go into certainty. Like, I know this familiar road, or I know this route, but it may not be up to my standard, so I have to settle. Number 4 is don't settle. Yes, it's so hard because it's unfamiliar, it's uncertain. So you want to kind of lean towards some familiarity, some things that are below your standards, but you ought not to settle. You deserve the best in your life. You are a conqueror. You're not somebody who's just surviving or thriving. You're conquering this. So it requires you not to settle to just for anything. You deserve the best. Don't settle. Even in uncertain times, it is easy, and it is so easy to just lean towards familiarity and certainties and things that are just from the past. But it's time for you to move forward. You got to keep going, and you ought not to settle. Keep the main thing the main thing. Believe in yourself. And finally, number 5, better days are ahead. Yes, these are tough times for a lot of people. I come across a lot of people, a lot of my friends. Everybody's going through something. I'm going through something. When this airs this weekend coming up, I have to bury my close cousin who passed away a few weeks ago. I got to go back to Florida and deal with that. That's difficult. But better days are ahead for me and my family. But you got to go through this fog. You got to go through some uncertainty, some dark times, some difficult times. Believe in yourself. Keep going through it. Keep the main thing the main thing. Don't you settle. And remember, better days are ahead. This is just a season. Better days are ahead. So you have to deal with uncertain times. It's part of the natural occurrence of life. But these are some 4-5 things I want you to carry as you walk through these uncertain times, walking through fog. Believe in yourself. I'm going to keep repeating it. Believe in yourself. Keep going through it. Don't stop. Don't quit. Keep going. Keep the main thing the main thing. Don't you settle. And finally, better days are ahead. I want to encourage you. This is just the season. This too shall pass. So as you walk through the fog of uncertainties and unfamiliarity, just know that you're built for this. You're going to make it. You're going to do it. You're going to win. You're going to conquer. You're going to just be an overcomer. And you're going to be able to turn around and help someone else walk through the fog as I'm helping you. As I'm walking through the fog, I'm helping someone else walk through fog. Uncertainty is just a part of life, but it's only just a part of it. It's not the whole thing. Endure the season. Learn from it. Slow down. Reflect. So when you get over it, you're able to learn and become wiser and grow from it. I appreciate you. I'm telling you, man, we're going to be healthy through this. Health is wealth. As you can, I got a little scratchy throat. Don't mind me. But health is wealth. In your mind and your body and your soul, health is wealth. So dealing with uncertain times, yes, you can be anxious. You can deal with a lot of anxiety. But you got to keep the main thing the main thing. Keep believing in yourself. Keep going. Don't settle. Just know that better days are ahead, y'all. This is gonna be a great, great, great testimony for someone. So as I close, I just want to let you know, as you deal with uncertainty, it's just only just a season. And you got to keep the main thing, keep going, keep believing in yourself. Just know that this better days are ahead. I believe in you. I'm going to say it again. I believe in you. Man, I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear it. Make sure you like and comment, subscribe, share this podcast, and share this message. I felt that today I wanted to share about walking through fog. Sometimes you want to hear all the good stuff, but sometimes you got to talk about the not so good stuff and how you navigate through the not so certain, not so good stuff. Hopefully this will help. So until next time, I want to encourage you and say health is wealth. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Battle Wounds podcast. I'm your host, Amos St. John. See ya.